Hi students, Mr. C here. This is going to be part 4 of the lathe safety. And what I'd like to talk to you about right now is these two tools right here. These are skews, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to use the skew properly on the lathe. So let's go on. I'm going to take the small skew right now. Let's head on over here to the lathe, okay? As from the first 3 videos, we had seen how to go ahead and bring a square piece of stock down to a cylinder and stand properly. We have the weights at the bottom of the lathe to make sure it doesn't dance around or move, right? I showed you how to go ahead and set up the spur drive and cut the end on the drive end of your spindle. The live center, centering it, right? So now I'm going to talk to you about the skew. The skew, what we do with this is it goes ahead and it makes V grooves. Now, this is probably the hardest tool to master when using a lathe, okay? So I'm going to show it to you, and also I want to address something. One of the students had asked me about these 2 edges. In the previous video I had said that these can be very sharp. That's very true. Now he said, he asked me, is the only way to get rid of that edge super sharp is by sanding it? No. You can sand it, or you can use another tool to go ahead and knock that 90-degree corner off so it's not so sharp. So I'm going to show you how to do that with a skew. Now with the skew, just like all the other tools, you're going to move from largest diameter to smallest diameter, okay? So with the skew, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to set this near start, but first I'm going to rotate the material to make sure it does not hit the tool rest. Remember, the tool rest is 1/8 of an inch away from the stock. And then I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to grab my pencil real quick. I'm going to set this down. I'm going to turn this on and give myself a couple lines. Now you see those 4 lines? I'm going to use those. I'm going to shut this off real quick. I'm going to put my pencil down, grab the skew. I'll be right back. Okay. So I'm going to turn up the RPMs because we already have it down to a cylinder. And all I'm going to do is present the tip of the skew on the line. Now how I'm going to do that is this. Get on over here. I'm going to have the tool on my hip. The tool is on the tool rest. I'm going to have underhand technique. I'm just going to bring the tip just in and just bring the tool up, okay? Just like that. Now I'm just going to go ahead and do the same thing on all of these. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is, let me shut this off so I can explain. Now what I'm going to do is on this side of the material, I'm going to bring the skew down on an angle like this to cut. Then I'll come on this side and cut on that angle that way. So on and so forth, back and forth, always moving from largest diameter to smallest diameter, and I'm creating a V groove, okay? Okay, tools on my hip. I'm done. So what you're trying to do is just create three separate V-grooves that are about the same, just to practice, to get used to the tool, okay? So this is the small skew. The larger skew is essentially the same thing. I'm just gonna go ahead, I'm gonna place this down. Actually, I'll just place this down here so I don't have to worry about going anywhere. I'll grab my pencil again. Turn up the ends. Turn this off. Now back to the lathe. Same thing, just a larger tool steel. Working from one side to the other. You don't want to try and take off too much material in a single pass. Just a little bit. It's getting a little bit too aggressive. So this is the skew, and these are the V-grooves that you can make with the skew, okay? You can make other shapes with this, but typically in class, this is all I want you to use it for, okay? Now, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about these two tools here. These two tools are scrapers. Scrapers are used for finishing the surface. Now I have a round nose scraper and a square nose scraper. Simple, right? Okay. Well, with a square nose scraper, what you want to do is you want to orientate the tool not at a lower angle. You want to have your angle up here because your cutter is right on the top. As it spins around, this edge